Introduction to the character, from She Couldn't Hide It Anymore. In T. Small apartment. Early morning. A soft stream of sunlight pierces through half-closed blinds, painting golden lines across the tidy room. The alarm clock buzzes faintly at 6:30 a.m. A slender hand reaches out from under the blanket and silences it with precision. Emma Reynolds, 28, sits up in bed, her face composed, her movements deliberate. She stretches, then rubs her temples, lingering a moment too long. Her eyes are calm, yet distant, as if rehearsing for the day ahead. She rises, makes her bed perfectly, then glides into the bathroom. The faucet runs. She washes her face and stares into the mirror. Her reflection is tired, but she forces a small, convincing smile. Emma, softly to herself, "You've got this. It's just another day." In the kitchen, Emma prepares coffee and toast. The counters are spotless. On the fridge hangs a calendar filled with color-coded tasks: work, gym, groceries, nothing personal, nothing messy. As she eats, her phone buzzes. Text from Sarah, coworker. "Don't forget we've got that team meeting today. You doing okay? You seemed quiet yesterday." Emma types a reply. Emma, texting. "All good, just tired. See you soon." She sets the phone down, her fingers lingering. Her smile fades. Int. Office. Later that morning, Emma walks into the office with a practiced stride. Her colleagues greet her cheerfully. She smiles, laughs, chats. On the surface, she's the picture of professionalism and grace. Coworker, OS. "I don't know how you stay so calm all the time, Emma. You're like unshakable." She chuckles. Emma, "Too much coffee and not enough sleep, probably." They laugh. She walks to her desk and sits. As she opens her laptop, she pauses, glancing at a small photograph taped beside her monitor, a younger Emma with a man, both smiling wide. She quietly removes the photo and slips it into her drawer. Int, bathroom, lunch break. In the mirror, her smile is gone. She presses her back to the wall and takes a long breath. Her hands shake slightly. She grips the sink. Emma, to herself, "Hold it together. They don't need to know." The door opens and someone walks in. Emma straightens immediately, masking everything with a warm expression. Mysterious behavior. Show subtle signs of her emotional turmoil or physical symptoms that she tries to cover up. Int, office. Midday. The soft hum of keyboards and quiet conversations fill the open-plan office. Emma sits at her desk, staring blankly at her computer screen. Her fingers hover above the keyboard, frozen in mid-thought. A blank Word document stares back at her. Coworker, Jason, cheerfully. "Hey, Emma. Lunch run, want your usual?" She blinks rapidly, snapping back into the moment. Emma, hurriedly. "Oh, yeah, yes, thanks, Jason." He nods and walks away. Emma exhales deeply, glancing around to make sure no one noticed her zoning out. She presses her temples again, slightly wincing. Int, office kitchen. Moments later, Emma pours herself a glass of water, her hand trembling just slightly. She glances down at it and quickly steadies herself. A colleague walks in. Colleague. "You all right?" Emma, smiling quickly. "Just a bit of a headache. Didn't sleep well." She exits with a smile, leaving no room for further questions. Inti, office conference room. Later, Emma sits at the end of the table during the meeting, trying to stay engaged. She nods and scribbles notes, but her handwriting is shakier than usual. Her jaw clenches subtly when someone mentions stress management training. Sarah, leaning in quietly. "You sure you're okay?" Emma, without hesitation. "Totally, just a long week." She forces a soft laugh. Sarah doesn't look convinced. Int, grocery store. Evening. Emma walks slowly through the aisles. Her basket has a few basics: bread, instant noodles, tea. She stands still in the cereal aisle, staring at the boxes for several long seconds. A child laughs in the next aisle over. The sound jolts her. Her face tightens with an emotion: grief, panic. She immediately turns around and walks away, leaving the aisle altogether. Int. Emma's apartment. Night. The silence is heavy. Emma sits on her couch in total darkness. Her laptop is open beside her, unread emails glowing on the screen. She holds a mug of tea but hasn't taken a sip. Her hands cradle it like an anchor. A sharp knock on the door startles her. Neighbor, OS. Hey, Emma! I think your porch light's flickering again. Emma hesitates, then calls back, voice unusually high-pitched. Emma, thanks, I'll check it in a bit. She doesn't move. Only when the footsteps fade does she put the mug down and slowly retreat to the bedroom. Int. Bedroom. Moments later, she opens the drawer beside her bed. Inside, a bottle of sleeping pills, a crumpled photo of her and the same man from before, only now his face has been half torn away. She closes the drawer, lies down, stares at the ceiling, eyes wide open. Concerned loved ones, friends or family begin to notice changes in her behavior and express concern. Int. Coffee shop, Saturday afternoon. Rain taps gently against the window. Emma sits across from Sarah, 30, her closest friend and co-worker. Sarah stirs her coffee, watching Emma closely as she stares out the window, lost in thought. Sarah, you've barely touched your drink. Emma blinks and looks down at her untouched latte. Emma, small smile. Sorry, just zoning out, I guess. Sarah, Emma, you've been zoning out a lot lately. At work, in meetings, even in the middle of conversations. I'm worried. Emma shifts uncomfortably, trying to laugh it off. Emma, I've just been tired. That's all. Work stress, you know? SARAH number. It's more than that. You're not answering texts, you're late more often, and honestly, you don't look okay. Emma's smile falters. She looks down at her hands, fidgeting with the edge of a napkin. Sarah, gently, is there something going on? Something you're not telling me? Emma, slight pause. I'm fine, Sarah, I promise. Sarah leans in, lowering her voice. Sarah, Emma, I know how you get when you're hiding something. I remember what happened after your dad passed. You shut down for weeks. Emma's jaw tightens. She tries to speak, but the words catch in her throat. Her eyes glisten for a second, but she quickly blinks the emotion away. Emma, I can't do this right now. She stands abruptly, grabbing her coat. Sarah, standing too. Wait, Emma, I'm sorry. I just need some space. She leaves, the bell over the door jingling softly as she steps out into the cold drizzle. In Emma's apartment. That evening, Emma sits on the couch in sweatpants and a hoodie, wrapped in a blanket. Her phone buzzes again. Text from Mom. Sweetheart, I haven't heard from you in days. Are you all right? She stares at the message, fingers hovering over the screen. Then she puts the phone face down. In living room, flashback. 2 months earlier. Emma and her mother sit at the same couch. Emma is laughing, more alive. The man from the photo, Mark, sits beside her, hand on her knee. Mother. You two look so happy. I'm proud of you, honey. Emma beams, leaning into Mark's shoulder. Back to present. Emma opens a drawer, pulls out the same torn photo of Mark. She stares at it, her hand trembling slightly. Another knock at the door. She doesn't answer. Voice from hallway. OS. Emma? It's Mom. I was in the area. Can we talk? Emma freezes. Her eyes dart toward the door, full of dread. Flashbacks or hints. Reveal small pieces of her past or current struggle through flashbacks, diary entries, or conversations. Int. Emma's apartment. Night. The rain hasn't stopped. Emma sits on the edge of her bed, a candle flickering softly on her nightstand. Her room feels more like a sanctuary than a home. Quiet, dim, overly tidy. She opens a small, leather-bound journal. The pages are worn, the corners folded. She flips through them slowly, past lists, notes, and sketches, until she lands on a page dated 2 months ago. She reads silently. Journal entry, VO. Emma's voice. It's been 3 weeks since the phone call. I still hear the words in my head. There was an accident. Just like that. One sentence and the world shattered. Mark was on his way home. He had just texted, "Be there in 10. Can't wait to see you." And then, nothing. Her hands tremble as she closes the journal. She wipes a tear before it falls. Flashback, interior hospital hallway. Night, bright white lights, cold air. Emma stands, frozen, as a doctor speaks gently, too gently, with sorrow in his eyes. Doctor, OS. I'm so sorry, we did everything we could. Her breath leaves her body. She drops her phone. A soft sob escapes her, but the sound is swallowed by the sterile silence. Back to present. Emma leans forward, burying her face in her hands. A long silence. Int. Therapist's office. Flashback. A few weeks ago, Emma sits on a couch, stiff and guarded. A gentle, middle-aged therapist across from her takes notes. Therapist. Grief doesn't have a timeline, Emma. Suppressing it doesn't make it go away. Have you let anyone in? Emma shakes her head slowly. Emma, they all think I'm strong. If I let go, they'll see I'm not. Therapist. Strength isn't silence, it's honesty, even if it's messy. Emma looks away, her eyes glassy. Back to present. Emma's apartment. She walks to the kitchen, opens a drawer, and pulls out a voicemail recorder. She presses play, voicemail. Mark's voice. Hey, love, I know I say this too much, but thank you for being my calm in chaos. Be there soon. She exhales sharply, eyes welling again. The ache in her chest is visible. Suddenly, her phone buzzes. Text from Sarah. Please don't shut us out. You don't have to do this alone. Emma stares at the message for a long moment. Then she types a single word. EMMA. Texting. Okay. She doesn't send it. Yet. Breaking point. A triggering event pushes her to the edge. She becomes emotionally overwhelmed. Introy, office. Monday morning. Emma walks in late. Again, her hair is tied hastily, dark circles under her eyes. As she steps into the hallway, the buzz of workplace chatter seems louder, sharper. She passes the conference room and freezes. Inside, someone is giving a presentation on coping with loss, managing grief in the workplace. Emma's breath catches. Presenter, OS. Grief can be silent, invisible, but it always finds a way to surface. Emma quickly turns away, heart pounding. She heads to her desk and sits. Her hands tremble as she opens her laptop. Her inbox is full. Her eyes blur as she tries to read. Then, pop-up notification. Annual HR wellness check-in, 2 p.m. today. She slams her laptop shut. In tea, office kitchen. Later, Emma pours herself a coffee. The cup slips from her hand and shatters on the floor. Everyone nearby turns to look. Sarah, rushing in. Emma? Are you okay? Emma kneels, quickly gathering shards even though some have cut her hand. Emma. It's fine. I'm fine. Sarah. You're bleeding. Emma, stop. Emma drops the pieces and rushes out, eyes wide with panic. Int. Park. Evening. Emma sits on a secluded bench, coat wrapped tightly around her. The sun is setting. She clutches a photo of Mark in one hand, her bandaged palm trembling. A couple passes by, laughing. A baby cries in the distance. Her breath shortens. Emma, softly to herself. Stop. Not here. Not now. But the dam is breaking. Emma whispers. You promised me forever. You said you'd come home. Tears flood her eyes. Her whole body begins to shake as the sobs come uncontrollably, raw and guttural. Emma, you lied. I hate you for leaving me. I hate myself for still needing you. She curls into herself on the bench, crying into her hands. Flashback, int, apartment, night, 1 month ago. Emma stands in the living room, staring at Mark's unopened suitcase. She had refused to unpack it. Every shirt still smells like him. She presses her face into one of the shirts and screams silently. Back to present. Park. Her phone rings in her pocket. It's Mom. Emma stares at the screen, her face soaked with tears. She finally answers. Emma, through sobs, Mom, I can't do this anymore. There's silence on the other end, then her mother's voice, calm, steady, full of love. M-O-M-O-S. Then don't do it alone, baby. Let us help you. Please come home. Emma breaks down fully, her pain no longer silent. Failed attempt to conceal. She tries to lie or cover up the truth again, but fails. Someone close begins to suspect the real issue. Int. Emma's apartment. Next day morning, light creeps through the curtains. Emma sits at her kitchen table, staring at a cup of untouched tea. Her eyes are puffy, the result of last night's breakdown. A knock at the door. She flinches. It's Sarah. Sarah, through door. Emma, I know you're in there. Please open up. Emma hesitates, wiping her face quickly, trying to compose herself. She opens the door slowly. Sarah, studying her. You look like you haven't slept. Emma, forcing a smile. Didn't get much rest. I'm okay, though. Sarah enters cautiously, noting the scattered tissues on the table and a crumpled photo on the counter. Emma hadn't cleaned up. Sarah, you left work yesterday without telling anyone. I had to cover for you. Everyone's worried. I'm worried. Emma, sighing. I told you, I'm just overwhelmed. Work, deadlines, life. Sarah folds her arms, unconvinced. Sarah, Emma. This isn't just stress. You're vanishing in front of us. You didn't answer your mom's calls. You're barely eating, and your eyes. It's like you're not even here anymore. Emma turns away, trying to keep herself together. Emma, defensive. I don't need an intervention, Sarah. I need space. Sarah, space for what? To keep pretending everything's fine? You broke down yesterday in the kitchen. You were shaking, bleeding. You think I didn't notice? Emma swallows hard. Her facade is crumbling. Emma. It was just an accident. I was clumsy, that's all. Sarah walks to the counter and picks up the torn photo. Sarah, softly. Mark? Emma freezes. The word feels like a punch to the chest. Sarah, gentler. I didn't know how to ask, but you never talk about him. Since the accident, you shut everyone out. You act like nothing happened, but it did, Emma. Emma's lip trembles. Emma, barely audible. I don't know how to talk about it. Sarah. Then let me listen. Emma breaks. She sinks into a chair, her strength gone. Emma. I wake up hearing his voice. I still check my phone expecting a text. I didn't even open his last message, because if I do, it means he's really gone. Sarah kneels beside her, placing a gentle hand on hers. Sarah, Emma, you don't have to carry this alone. You never did. Tears stream silently down Emma's face. The lie is over. The truth is finally out. Confession! She finally opens up about what she's been hiding. Int. Emma's apartment. Living room. Continuous. Emma sits curled on the couch. Her face is blotchy from crying, her voice hoarse. Sarah sits across from her, giving her space, but not letting her disappear again. A long silence passes. Sarah, take your time. Emma inhales deeply. Her fingers twist the edge of her sweater sleeve as she finds the courage. Emma. It happened so fast. 1 minute, everything was fine. Mark was on his way home. I had dinner ready. We were talking about baby names. He'd just proposed. We hadn't told anyone yet, not even my mom. Sarah's expression softens, surprised but silent. Emma, conted. And then, a phone call. A drunk driver, wrong side of the road. They said he probably died on impact, like that's supposed to make it easier. Her breath hitches. Sarah moves to sit beside her but doesn't interrupt. Emma. I never even got to say goodbye. I never even told him I was pregnant. Sarah's eyes widen. Sarah, softly. You were... Emma nods slowly, eyes distant. Emma. I lost the baby a week later. Stress, trauma, they said. But it felt like the universe was punishing me. 1 minute I had a life growing inside me. The next, I was just empty. Sarah covers her mouth, speechless. Emma conted. I didn't tell anyone. Not my mom, not HR, not even you. I couldn't say it out loud. Saying it made it real. Sarah reaches out, gently takes her hand. Sarah, you've been carrying all of that. Alone? Emma nods, tears falling freely now. Emma. Every day I wake up and pretend to function. Pretend I'm still here, but I'm not. I haven't been since the crash. It's like I died too. Just slower. Sarah, choking up. Emma, that's too much for anyone to bear alone. You didn't have to protect us from your pain. We love you. Emma clutches Sarah's hand tightly, the confession finally freeing something in her. Her voice steadies, even as her eyes stay wet. Emma. I was afraid if I told the truth, I'd fall apart and never get back up. But hiding it made me disappear anyway. Sarah. You're still here, and we're not letting you go under, okay? Emma nods, barely, but it's something. She exhales, a shaky, exhausted breath that sounds like the first one she's taken in months. Emotional fallout, the aftermath of her confession, reactions of those around her, and her internal conflict. N.T. Emma's apartment, night. The air is heavy with what's been said. Emma sits beside Sarah, her body limp from emotional exhaustion. Her eyes are red, her breathing shallow but more even than before. Sarah doesn't speak, just stays close, her presence steady. Emma, softly. I thought telling someone would make it feel lighter, but now it just hurts more. Sarah. Sometimes the weight doesn't lift right away, but now you're not the only one holding it. Emma glances at her, searching for signs of pity. Instead, she sees compassion, strength, no judgment. She nods faintly, wiping her face with her sleeve. Int. Emma's bedroom. Later, Emma lies in bed, staring at the ceiling. Her thoughts spiral. She replays her confession, every word, every tear. A flood of doubt creeps in. Emma, V.O. What if it was a mistake? What if Sarah looks at me differently now? What if I am broken? She rolls over, clutching Mark's old hoodie to her chest. Her expression twists in pain. Flashback. Int. Bathroom. Night. Weeks earlier. Emma stares at herself in the mirror. Her eyes are hollow. She opens the cabinet, revealing a bottle of sleeping pills. Her hand lingers on it, but she closes it without taking any. Back to present. Emma sits up abruptly, heart racing. She walks to the window, opens it, and lets the cold air hit her face. Int. Coffee shop. Next day, Emma arrives. Sarah is already there, waiting with 2 drinks. There's an awkward pause as Emma sits. Emma. You came. Sarah. Of course I did. Emma stares at her, uncertain. Emma, you're not scared off or burdened. Sarah reaches across the table. SARAH number. I'm grateful you trusted me, and I'm not going anywhere. Emma finally smiles. Just a little, but it's real. N.T. Emma's mom's house, evening. Emma sits on the couch with her mother, who listens quietly as Emma recounts everything. Mark, the pregnancy, the loss. Tears stream down her mother's face. She pulls Emma into a deep embrace. Mom, you should have told me, sweetheart. I would have held you through every second of it. Emma, crying softly. I didn't want to break your heart too. Mom, our hearts are meant to carry each other's pain. That's what love is. N.T. Emma's apartment. Night, Emma writes in her journal. Emma, V.O. I thought silence was strength, but it was isolation. Now I'm learning to speak, even if it comes out shaky. And maybe healing doesn't come from hiding the hurt. Maybe it comes from letting it be seen. She closes the journal and places it beside the photo of Mark, now restored, no longer torn. Emma exhales, this time not from grief, but from the start of release. Support or rejection. Show who stands by her and who turns away, shaping her path forward. Inti. Emma's workplace. Break room. Day. Emma enters with measured steps. It's her first full day back since her confession. Some coworkers glance her way, then quickly look down, uncertain. Sarah walks beside her, offering quiet reassurance with a subtle nod. At the coffee machine, Tina, a co-worker, speaks just a little too loudly to another colleague. Tina. It's tragic, really. But everyone goes through things. She shouldn't be given special treatment. Emma hears it. She freezes, then walks away without saying a word. Inti, HR office. Later, Emma sits across from Mr. Jensen, the HR manager. He looks genuinely concerned. Mr. Jensen, Emma, you should have told us earlier. We would have offered leave, counseling, whatever you needed. Emma. I didn't know how. I thought keeping busy would help. Mr. Jensen, sometimes showing up every day is the bravest thing someone can do. Take the time you need, and when you're ready, let's talk about a phased return. Emma's eyes well up, surprised by the kindness. Int. Emma's apartment. Night. Emma's mom sits at the table with her, holding a warm mug. They laugh softly over a story from Emma's childhood. Mom. You were always the strong one, but even strong girls need to lean sometimes. Emma. I just didn't want to fall apart in front of you. Mom. Let me be the net next time. Emma smiles, touched. The connection between them has never felt more real. Int. Group therapy room. Later that week, Emma sits in a circle with other attendees, grieving spouses, parents, siblings. It's quiet, raw. She speaks up. Emma. I lost my fiancé, and the baby we hadn't even told our families about yet, and I lost myself after that, but I'm trying to find her again. There's a long pause. Then someone across the circle, a middle-aged man, nods in quiet understanding. Emma exhales, a small moment, a powerful one. Int. Sarah's apartment, night. Emma and Sarah share a bottle of wine. There's laughter now, real and healing. Emma. I thought telling the truth would drive people away. Sarah. You found out who really matters. That's not loss, that's clarity. Emma. Tina's been cold at work. I guess some people just can't handle mess. Sarah. Then they don't deserve your truth. Emma clinks glasses with her, this time with confidence. XT. City Street, morning. Emma walks with her head held higher. She passes people, some friendly, some indifferent. But she's not hiding anymore. She gets a message from her therapist. Proud of you. See you next session? She smiles and types. Wouldn't miss it. Resolution and new beginning. She takes the first step toward healing or change, now unburdened by secrecy. XT Park. Early morning. The sun is just rising, casting a soft golden glow over the park. Emma walks slowly along the path, her pace deliberate but peaceful. The air is fresh, the world still quiet, as if giving her space to breathe. She stops at a bench by a small lake, sits down, and looks out at the calm water. A slight breeze rustles the leaves around her. Inti. Therapist's office. Later, Emma sits across from her therapist, Dr. Turner. The room is cozy, filled with soft light and calming colors. Emma's posture is open, her face calmer than it's been in months. Dr. Turner. How are you feeling today? Emma. I think I'm starting to feel like myself again. I'm not there yet, but I can see it now. I can hear my own voice in the noise. Dr. Turner nods, noting something in her notebook. Dr. Turner. That's significant. You're beginning to reclaim your sense of self, not from the grief, but despite it. Emma smiles softly, a small but meaningful shift in her demeanor. Emma, I'm not afraid to be broken anymore. I don't need to hide the cracks. Dr. Turner. The cracks are part of the story, Emma. They allow the light to get in, INT. Emma's apartment. Later that day, Emma opens a drawer that's been unopened for months, full of old letters, memories, photos of her and Mark. She pulls out one of the pictures, a candid shot of them laughing together. Her hand lingers over it, but this time there's no overwhelming pain, just a quiet, bittersweet smile. She holds the photo for a moment, then gently places it in a box labeled Memories. She closes the box, finally allowing herself to move on from the past without leaving it behind. Iekt. Coffee shop. Afternoon. Emma meets Sarah at the usual table. Sarah waves as she approaches, but this time she notices something different about Emma. There's a peace in her eyes, quiet, but certain. Sarah. You look lighter. Emma. I feel it. I've been holding on to so much and I thought it would break me. But I'm realizing letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It means living with what was and embracing what's next. Sarah smiles, clearly proud. Sarah. I think you're starting to see that. Emma takes a deep breath, finally exhaling as if she's been holding her breath for months. Tia's office. The next week, Emma walks into work with more confidence than she's had in a long time. She smiles at Mr. Jensen when he greets her. At her desk, co-workers wave. She's still met with a few curious looks, but this time, it doesn't faze her. Tina, who has been distant, catches her eye as Emma sits down. There's an awkward moment. Then, Tina gives a small, tentative smile. Tina. Hey, Emma. Good to see you back. Emma, softly. Thanks, Tina. Good to be back. Emma sits down at her desk, but this time she's not looking for approval or validation. She's ready to do the work, not just in her career, but in her life. EXT. Park, evening. Emma takes another walk by the lake, this time with her phone in hand. She opens a note, typing a message. Emma, texting. I'm ready to keep going one step at a time. I'll get there. She hits send, smiling to herself. As she looks up at the horizon, the sun is setting. For the first time in a long while, she's not afraid of what comes next. She's ready to live again, without the burden of secrets, without the weight of grief holding her back.